So the Zeramin update happened over a week ago that brought with it lots of cool new stuff. One of them probably not being Void Sling, according to all the feedback I've read on forums and even my own Discord server. Invite link in the description, by the way. Seriously, am I the only one who sorta kinda likes Void Sling? I'm not saying it's an upgrade over Void Dash, at least not in every aspect. I'm just not sharing the same sort of negativity. Perhaps you could call me out for just bullshitting here so that I don't have to eat my own words from the last video I made where I was somewhat optimistic about Void Sling. But really now, Void Sling is not bad, especially after the latest hotfix, and I'll tell you why in this horribly structured opinion piece. Right after the Angels of Zeramin update, one of the first things I tried was void dashing, or void slinging as it's known now, and it felt surprisingly natural. Yeah, that's gonna trigger quite a good chunk of the player base, I'd imagine. What do you mean natural? It feels like I'm constantly dragging around a child with 300 ping. I don't know, I personally got used to it fairly quickly, and obviously Void Sling was never gonna be as fast as Void Dash. The whole idea was to eliminate the spammy nature of operator mobility. Why DE would focus dev time on such things, I can't tell you. They just decided to do it like they did with Idzal. The only thing I hoped for pre-Angels of Zeramin is that it was gonna be a better implementation this time than whatever it is that took the place of Idzal's Blink, and honestly, I'm not missing Void Dash. I quite like the ability to modulate the dash or sling distance, albeit not to a fine degree. Still being able to tap quickly for short distances and holding for long distances makes navigating through missions a lot better for me. With that said, there were definitely some issues, like the trajectory not being accurate. It always seemed like the operator ended up a couple of meters above where you aimed every time you void slinged, but that is fixed now, I believe. Other than that, I don't have a lot to pick against the new update, and I'll admit my somewhat positive take here is probably because I set the bar pretty low beforehand, expecting Void Sling to feel like the worst thing ever, which it is not. But for some players that is apparently the case. It's a good thing I decided to wait on this video until after the last hotfix, which is 31.5.7, because the improvements made to animation time has translated to Void Sling feeling pretty much like Void Dash when moving through short distances. For covering long distances, obviously it's going to take longer than Void Dash because of the need to hold, but I don't see why anyone wouldn't welcome this new change or improvement. But we still can't dash backwards or in any other direction than forward, which is definitely a downgrade. I'm guessing this is a limitation that will be dealt with in some hotfix in the foreseeable future. If it never happens, it's a slight loss, but not a big deal, IMO. Then there's also the argument that Void Sling is not fast enough to cover long distances in open world tile sets like the plains. There are plenty of videos out there that have done comparisons putting Void Sling in a bad light. You'll have to draw your own conclusions here on those types of videos because everyone plays differently. Some like using Arcwing, others like using K-drives. Just keep in mind that Void Sling is a little faster now and more responsive since the last hotfix. Is there a chance that we'd ever get Void Dash back? I'm gonna say no. It would actually be quite surprising if DE went back on a change as significant as Void Sling. They'll maybe make some more improvements over time, but Void Dash is no longer a thing anymore, and I'm okay with that. This is kinda related. One of the funnier feedback comments I've read on the forums was something along the lines of, let's just scrap both Void Dash and Void Sling altogether. Just turn operator movement into something resembling Wukong's Cloudwalker. A maximum mobility and control. Isn't that what DE wants? You can't tell if the guy was joking. I think it would be interesting to hear feedback from a new Warframe player who's never tried Void Dash ever before. If you are one such person, do you think Void Sling feels good, or does it actually impede your ability to move around in the game? The general consensus is Void Sling bad, which I suspect will change, especially since short range Void Sling is now pretty much as quick as Void Dash used to be. I'd say that perhaps with some tuning, Void Sling could become acceptable to those who despise it, but I just don't see a whole lot of room to improve on. Not that I don't want improvements, but any more buffs and we'll be cheesing tiles at obstacles again, which we kinda already can do with Void Sling anyways, I guess. This is the point where I normally ask for your thoughts, but I don't think it would be productive for this video in any way, honestly. Not that I don't value your comments, of course, it's just that I don't want to run the risk of turning the comment section into a cesspool. If you'd like to rant, please feel free. Just try and keep it civil down there. Giggity. Right, that's all for now. I'm gonna go get started on some farming guides and would like to just thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.